A distraught wife is considering divorce after her husband's work wife subtly tried to sabotage their marriage. Amy, 31, started feeling uncomfortable when her husband Mark, 32, became extremely close with his colleague Sarah, 30. As their friendship grew stronger, Amy tried to be welcoming, until Sarah started making backhanded comments about everything, from her career to her cooking. I am at my wit's end with my husband's co-worker Sarah, and his complete inability to see what's happening. I need to know if I'm going crazy here, Amy, a yoga instructor, said in a Reddit thread. Where do I even start? 3 years ago, my husband Mark started working with Sarah. I invited her to our BBQs, included her in group outings, and genuinely tried to be friendly. Big mistake. The wife said Sarah would saying things like, "Oh, you're just a yoga instructor? Peaceful." Or, "I guess not everyone can master basic seasoning." The real problem is that Mark thinks she's just being funny, Amy explained. My husband's work wife is actively trying to sabotage our marriage while he remains completely oblivious to her obvious manipulation. Plus Two View Gallery. A distraught wife is considering divorce after her husband's work wife subtly tried to sabotage their marriage. Stock image. Last month, Sarah threw away the anniversary mug Amy had gifted her husband because she thought it clashed with the office aesthetic. I noticed it was gone when I was visiting him one day, and I asked him about it. He said she accidentally knocked it over, Amy said. Later he repeated a joke Sarah made about how the mug didn't fit the office aesthetic. When I got upset, Mark said I was being too sensitive and that Sarah just has high standards for office decor. It was a mug with our wedding photo on it. However, Sarah's subtle jabs didn't end there. Some greatest hits from Sarah. She scheduled a mandatory work dinner on our anniversary, Amy said as she listed the things Sarah has done. She convinced Mark not to take a promotion because it would mean working with a different team. She posts daily photos of them together with hashtags like #WorkPowerCouple and #WorkSpouse. She tells everyone at their office that she takes better care of him than I do. She changed his coffee order and now tells everyone she trained him right. Sarah said our new house, which we spent months searching for, was charming in a starter home kind of way. He repeated this while laughing. What should Amy do? Marriage counseling file for divorce. Amy said she tried to discuss the situation with her husband, but Sarah has convinced him she's just insecure. She's managed to insert herself into every aspect of our lives, the wife said. They text constantly, even on weekends. She knows his schedule better than I do. She rearranged his entire desk and office wardrobe because his style was too suburban husband. That's what he is. When Amy suggested marriage counseling, Mark looked genuinely confused. He of course went and talked to Sarah about it. I found out from another co-worker that she's been telling people that Mark and I are going through a rough patch, and that she's just being a friend by giving him someone to talk to, Amy said. We weren't going through anything until she started this nonsense. Plus Two View Gallery. Amy, 31, began feeling uncomfortable when her husband Mark, 32, became extremely close with his colleague Sarah, 30. Stock image. The breaking point came when she decided to surprise her husband at work with lunch for his birthday. Sarah was supposedly out sick. Guess who was there? Sarah. She'd miraculously recovered and bought him a cake that said, "To my work hubby," with a photo of them from the office holiday party, Amy said. She saw me and said, "Oh, Amy, you came too." Mark, you didn't tell me your real wife was coming. What do I do? With no one to talk to about her situation, Amy turned to the internet for validation, wondering if she was going crazy. This woman is trying to destroy my marriage while my husband stands there grinning like it's all some big joke, she said. What do I do? Divorce seems extreme, but I'm running out of options here. Read more why Doctor's Catfish item has got everyone talking. Never seen a product work so fast in my life. In an update, Amy revealed that she finally caught Mark's attention when she suggested filing for divorce if he continued avoiding the real conversation. We sat down and he admitted that at first he found it odd Sarah was trying so hard. He saw her trying hard with all the men in the office, Amy said. The more attention she gave him, the more he enjoyed it. The more he responded the more attention she gave until she just had her sights on him. He knew some of the other men were envious, and he liked that too. He admitted that eventually he just got in too deep. He said he knew it was wrong but had gotten addicted to the attention and didn't want her to move on to another man. Amy said her husband explained that he thought it was nice to have the attention of two women in both his personal and professional life. He said he knew we'd rarely see one another, so what was the harm, she said. Heartbreaking confession. Mark reiterated that he never cheated on Amy physically but admitted he may have had an emotional affair with Sarah. It was painful, I won't hide that. I wasn't enough, Amy said. To save their marriage, Amy suggested he either needed to stop communicating with Sarah, transfer to another team or switch jobs. However, her suggestions fell on deaf ears. He lost his Amy said. He began raising his voice, saying things like he never cheated and I couldn't control who he talked to at work. He called me a narcissist and a control freak. He told me I had no idea how hard it was, how much stress he had in the office and how his personal relationship with Sarah helped a lot, and if I take her away, it'll damage his mental health. It got so bad that I started crying. I couldn't take it anymore and I decided to leave. Lifestyle Editors newsletter. Sign up for our free newsletter now. Privacy policy. Amy said she ended up calling her mother-in-law, who kindly offered her a place to stay while Mark calmed down. I packed a small bag and now I'm staying with my mother-in-law. She's the only family I have, she said. I want to work it out with my husband. I love him more than anything. Pack up and leave. It's unclear how the couple are going, but many urged Amy to leave her husband as he was the problem in their marriage. This guy isn't oblivious, he's complicit. He knows what's happening, and he likes the attention. He is happy to let his girlfriend disrespect his wife, one said. Sarah is not the problem. Your husband doesn't respect your vows or you. Take it from someone who was married to a serial cheater. You already let him know how you feel and asked to go to counseling. Pack up and leave. Another suggested. I'm sorry, but your husband isn't oblivious to what she's doing. He just doesn't care. He's putting her feelings over yours. This isn't going to end well if it's not stopped, one shared. Sarah would not be able to sabotage your marriage if your husband wasn't allowing it, another added.